charts till I don't have to know more. Okay, so yesterday I was really tired. As you could see, I did the stream at like 11 or something. Just a minute. Just a minute. I need to do something real quick. I see. Yeah. What happened? Yesterday I was tired as fuck. Just did a analysis on euro dollar. So yeah, let's get into it. Today is March May 26th. We got GBP and USD bank holidays. You would think that Euro GBP is not trading, but it absolutely is. So like we saw yesterday, bank holiday today means that there's probably going to be lower volatility than we expected. Well, not than you expected, but just lower volatility than days when banks are open. Let's see how many ninjas we have. We have a lot of ninjas online. And not that many, but we have a lot of ninjas online. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, man. That's wild. Okay. So this is where we are right now with my prediction from yesterday that I would enter a buy here. And also I changed this. This was down here, but then I realized that this is a swing low, so that would make this sell side liquidity also on the daily. But yeah, I probably want to pull this back. Also. Oh, did you know? That's equal high liquidity. Just gonna take note of that. Okay, so this. Get more real estate. Let's get more screen real estate. Hopefully you guys can also see better, but more screen real estate. So essentially what's happening there is I would then move this to up here. So that's the next level of buy side that could trade into. And if the case is that we're moving higher still, like took out a high, taking out highs, took out this high, taking out these highs, it means that we're bullish, right? Just quick means that we're bullish. If we cross above this high, that makes this order block invalid, and it confirms the bullishness even though we had this one traded through. But yeah, so next what happens? Go to the 30-minute chart. Actually, what I want to do is show how we can use the Notion template that I'm selling. I haven't added the link to the description below, but if you go to my channel page, it's there. There's the link to the card, and there's a link to my website, and there you'll find all the links and everything that you need to get to use this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is open up Notion first so that we can go through this. Like, yeah, I'm showing it here, which means essentially you could copy exactly how this thing has been set up for yourself if you don't feel like buying it. But if you feel like you want to support the channel and the content that I make, and probably encourage me to make more tools that we can use for trading, then buy that shit, bro. So what does it look like? So this is just a Notion table. This Notion table will be used to track trades. As you can see here, here's a sample. It's not quite complete yet, like I'm still tweaking stuff, but as if you already purchase it, then you'll be able to grow it over time. But essentially, what you want to do is, okay, wait, let's delete this and then make a new one, because this is essentially where you would be starting from, right? So you go to new and get like the drop down arrow, and then you click trade, because that's the it'll give you the template for this thing that I'm taking. Okay, so I need to change this because it's supposed to show date created. I don't know if I can edit this one. It's doing thingamajigs, but essentially how you would use it is you'd just be filling out the fields. Like some of these options I've already put in for you. So you pick London session, what pair, your USD, direction I don't have, none of this I have yet. So yeah, as you can see, it's still like under construction. So if you pay me, then I'll get it done quicker. But essentially what you want to do is, so like you have your pre-trade, you have your in-trade, and you have your post-trade sections, which you'll be filling in with info about the execution that you're taking. So let's say this is trade number one. This is as much information as I have, right? So what I would want to do is go to the charts, right? And then take a screenshot of that and come paste it here. So, right, like I'm still sorting out the format and stuff, but essentially you should take a screenshot, then you come here, and below it you'd write price breaking highs closing above bullish OB plus or plus OBs. Come down. Closing above breaking highs and closing above bullish order blocks. So you can see that there, right? It's there. And then what you would do, wait, let me just get through this next, is you go to the 30-minute chart, because that's what my strategy calls for, 30 minutes, right? And here on this 30-minute chart, first you'd want to clean it up. Like you could, if you want to be that meticulous with your notes or the details that you're taking, you could just like take a screenshot of this is what it looked like when I showed up at the charts, right? Like, and then post that to your Notion page, which is what I'm doing right now. I'll switch back to the Notion after we've decided on a position to take. Also, by the way, I'm not executing today. I'm not going to be executing on the FundingPips account, just telling you now. So if you want to get off, like if you want to watch another video, then, just watch another video. But like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, the first thing you need to do is stop. Not even ask somebody else, like, for help. Like, the first thing you need to do is stop so you don't dig yourself into a deeper hole. And then on Friday, we had like a mini SWOT analysis, I guess, of how we got into the situation that we're in. And once that's done, now the next step is to start tracking what is it that you're doing so that it can help you progress in the future. Because what gets tracked gets, I don't know how that quote finishes. Like, but they said something about tracking data so that you can be able to like what do you say? How do you say? So that you can use it to make adjustments or to change things, right? And what data are you collecting? You're collecting data about the charts. You're collecting data about yourself. So in a situation like this, I'm still looking for like areas where This actually came into this gap, not that one. Is this valid? I don't know, man, but it's not relevant to current price action, so you just use this and move it to the most recent order block that you see, which I think would be here. Why do I think would be here? Because if we look closely, like one, it's closest to the most recent price action. Two is what's there? There is a sweep of liquidity, what looks like a sweep of liquidity, because that's a swing high, swing low. So we swept this, went closed above, approaching the high, and then there's that there. There's these stacks, so this would probably be a good area for entry. Oh shit. Okay, so what you would want to do is right now take a screenshot and then go post it on the Notion, because you can then track how things are developing. For like a bit more, like not precision, but like just to make things a little more clearer, you could zoom in and then take a screenshot instead of taking a screenshot on the higher time frame. How many screenshots do you need to take? I don't really know. You take as many as you think you need to. You can see here this gap has been respected. The mean threshold is not being closed below. So now what happens is go down to the 5-minute charts. The 5-minute chart, what do you see? Zoom out a little bit. So that shows us the 30-minute. There's daily buy side over here, which is our current drawn liquidity, I guess we'd call it that. But first things first, let's see what we have here. See this fair value gap that was respected. See price just tapped into the midpoint and then exploded to the upside. And then we have this gap also formed as price expanded and has also been respected. As you can see, it was traded back into here and then saw like another expansion, but that formed a failure swing because this high is lower than this one. So what we have right now is price sort of consolidating in this area between this high and this low, and we're just waiting to see either a break here to go higher or a break higher to go lower. And then what I would do is I'd screenshot this, go back to the Notion templates, put it in there, and then from there we can continue making trade decisions about how we want to play this opportunity that's forming. So what do we have here? This is opening price at midnight. This guy says if you want to sell above the opening price. If you want to buy below the opening price. So if I wanted to participate in the market right now, I'd likely want to sell because we're above the opening price at midnight. However, if I want to get in the market here, I'm just going to have to use a limit order, right? Just going to have to use a limit order. That's what I'm going to do because honestly speaking, I think that we're going to come back to the midpoint of this at the very least and then expand higher. But that doesn't reach my put target. Okay. I have a template for that. That is where 30 pips is. And I'll have this fair value gap backing me. So like if anything happens and we break below this gap, we'll trade into here. I don't know, but this is the trade idea as it stands. So what do? You take another fucking screenshot and you put that now that I've taken screenshots, let me go back to Notion and then we'll continue from there. So Notion, what do? You continue filling these out. You say long setup type. These are some I just started you with. You can change it to whatever. If it's like trend line bounce, if it's supply and demand, you just fill in whatever confluences that you need so that you can enter the trade. What type of trade would I say this is? I don't really know, but I'll just say fair value gap. Why is my Notion stuck? Why is my Notion stuck? Mr. Computer Man. Okay. Let's lock this on. Can't spell. Entry type. Limit order. Lot size. I'm just gonna leave that because I'm not putting a trade in the market. 10. This is 30. Exit. We haven't closed the trade yet, and there's not gonna be a balance. So what happens here is you would have a checklist on I'll put this over here actually. Don't need that. That's there. So what would happen is you're taking notes over here about what goes on in price up until you take the trade, right? So yeah, this is all supposed to be in here. I'll get to it. I'll get to making it look right. But yeah, essentially what you do is you're now able to track why is it that you made the decisions that you did make, what did the market look like when you made those decisions, so that you can avoid like telling yourself that, oh, it's just the market making this or they did that. Nah, this is actual proof, evidence of what was going on at the time and what you can improve, because now I can see that my entry is placed take that off like that. I did. Essentially, uses to track whatever it is that's going on before it happens, and then when you're in the trade, like you would fill some data about what it is that's going on in the trade. You talk about stop losses, your like the adjustments you want to make, like while the trade is playing out, and then post trade, like once the trade is closed, you just add a screenshot of it, and then you do an emotional check. Okay, like okay, what like yeah, so you can complete the feedback loop. And what this is eventually going to do, right, is in the long term, you're going to have not just quantitative data, you're also going to have qualitative data about how is it that you're using, how is it you're using the information that you have, how are your decisions being made, like is there anything that can be changed so that you can make better decisions, like you're able to notice all these little nuances that profit and loss statement isn't going to show you, and the reason why you're struggling to improve. Because okay, you have a win rate of, let's say, 23% or 43%. Why is your win rate 43 or 23%? Because you're taking trades outside of your plan, Is it because your stop loss is tiny and you keep getting wicked out? Is it because like you cut your trades early? Like the percentage number itself doesn't tell you why a certain thing is happening. It just tells you what's happening. It doesn't tell you why. Okay? So in a situation like that, you need qualitative data. And you are the only person who can provide yourself with this qualitative data, which is why trading is such an individual sport, right? Because unless somebody is watching you trade, they can't tell you what problems you have. Like they might give you suggestions like, oh, journal your trades, or track your RR, use my strategy, uh, reduce your lot size. They could give you all these things, but sometimes it feels like it doesn't stick or like it doesn't make sense because they're not you, they're not with you, they're not watching you trade. So how can they give you specific advice to you that is required to improve performance if they don't know what your performance looks like? Okay? And to be honest, for somebody to sit down and go through that, like if you're not part of their mentorship or like they don't know you personally, like if you're, it's unlikely for you to get that kind of um, personal attention, one-on-one coaching that can help you to elevate your performance and results. So that's why it's important for you to take your own data, especially if you don't know what you're doing, right? So like in this series, like first few times was, oh, I've watched a few YouTube videos, I've practiced it on on TradingView, and like I have access to MetaTrader terminal. So yeah, I'm just gonna trade because yeah, those videos, guys. I've seen people posting on Snapchat and like other social medias, and I know this guy who traded and did this. Like, okay, process, my guy, process. Like, what's your process? Like, how are you actually going to get to those millions? It's not just by clicking buy or sell. Clicking buy or sell is like the smallest part that you have to do. It is a super basic skill that anyone can do. Like placing an order in the market. It's either a limit order, it's either a stop order, or it's a market order. Anyone can do that. Question is, why are you doing that? Not many people can answer that. Like, yeah, because I want to make money. Okay. People start businesses because they want to make money. People get jobs because they want to make money. Why are you placing that trade? Because there's a fair value gap. Okay, why are you using that fair value gap? You saw me on Friday use not know which fair value gap to use, and then it fucked me up, right? Well, not fucked me up, but my analysis, well, my trade idea was invalidated because I don't know why I was picking it. But if you have a journal and you're taking data and you're tracking your trades, then eventually over time you're going to know which ones you picked, why you picked them, why you avoided the other ones, and your trading is going to be a lot more stress free than it is right now. Uh, yeah, so I've probably been here for like 40 minutes just yapping about shit, but yeah, it's not much else I can do because I'm not gonna get into the market right now because price is not at an area where I think there's an opportunity for me to profit off of. So you're just gonna have to listen to me talk for probably a couple more minutes because I'm gonna get bored of it and then click off. And yeah, the market's gonna keep moving, and you guys will find out probably tomorrow whether this idea was valid or invalid. So yeah, as somebody who's starting out, like I really wish I was told in my first year. Maybe I was told, but I just didn't get it. But a trading journal, you know, so important, so important to you becoming profitable. Okay, and Am I gonna continue trading the account? Of course. Once I have a solid structure of what my trading strategy is. I know the time frames I'm using. Okay. I know what session I'm trading. I know my entries, where my entries are at. Question is it repeatable? At this point, so far, it's not. It's not repeatable. Okay. What I do know is that there is 30 pips available pretty much every single day during the London session on Euro USD. So let's find a way to consistently get this out the market. And I'm not necessarily saying I'm gonna go 5 for 5 this week, like Monday, Tuesday till Friday I'm getting 50 pips. I could get it wrong 1 or 2 days of the week. That's okay. Still profitable, net profitable at the end of it. So, you know, like, yeah, it's just not that deep, man. It's not that deep. It's a lot of waiting. It's yes, you can make a lot of money very, very quickly if you're in a market that's exploding and you have the lot size to support it, which means you have the margin or balance in your account to support you making that kind of money. People who do account flips, they're taking a lot of trades. They're using very high leverage. That's what makes them able to flip, you know. So if you're taking one trade a day and you're looking to use trading either as additional income or, like just a side hustle or a skill that you can learn to generate money over time, and you're taking like 1 or 2 trades per day, like there's no reason to be hyped to get to the markets. Like you're just taking one trade out of a market which has thousands of opportunities. Markets, should I say, not a market, multiple. Okay. I'm playing Hero Wars now, so yeah. Because if not, then my mind's just gonna go on a tangent, and then I could possibly make some reckless trading decisions. Oh, so I want to buy those. I like shit. I just remembered somebody mentioned not even somebody mentioned. I saw a tweet somebody said about said was talking about Streamer University, and I was like, that's a pretty like I like the whole idea of it. You get a bunch of people, a group of people in the industry who are you know relevant, I guess. Should use the word, I'd say. Who are relevant, and have them all in one place, give them creative freedom, give them all the tools they need to create content. That would be awesome. It's almost like what SFT was doing a few years ago. What was it? A few years ago? It was like 2 years ago. Damn, it's been almost 2 years. But the things that were going on at SFT, yeah, like that was I that side of prop trading excited me, yeah. And I know it like it would be difficult to scale it to the levels that Streamer University is at, because of just logistics, infrastructure, so many different things. Um, but it would be an amazing experience to have just a bunch of traders either making trading content or like doing stuff with their profits once they get it. Man, it'll be hella. I haven't seen actually all the episodes because like it was only 3 days. Like that's the crazy part. Like it's only 3 days, of people making content, but it's so much content because everyone there is a streamer. Everybody there is gonna have different stories and perspectives of how the market, of how their experience at the event was. And I'm back at the charts now. I just took another screenshot, as you can see. Go put that into the entry section. So I'll show you what essentially it's kind of gonna look like once it's done and I managed to finish creating this thing. Okay, let's do this. Editing the Notion template right now. Like all you guys can see is the chart because that's pretty much what you came for, I guess. If it isn't, then just let me know in the comment section and I'll try and give you what you came for. Seeing that it's not what I'm doing with the charts. Okay. Okay, taking another screenshot, putting that in. So you have data of what's going on in the trade. And that's one of the nice things about trading a pair like Euro USD. Oh, you guys can actually see the Notion. Shit, you can't see the trading view, you can see the Notion. Shit. Ah, man, I didn't even know. But yeah, the nice thing about it, right, is Euro USD kind of gives you time to think and react, right? So in a situation like this, I'd be like, okay, to be honest, I'm a little nervous, right? Uh, Slightly nervous as price looks to be closing below the entry FVG. Right. So then now you have a bank of information as to why you made certain decisions at certain points in time. I honestly thought you guys could see the charts, but you're looking at me fix the Notion up. So yeah, this is what we have. Still gotta figure out how to properly position this so that you can take notes. Like essentially what you would have is like a checklist like this: markup, buy side. Okay, maybe first clean up charts, remove arrays. And here you'd have something like, is price breaking high? You probably want highs or lows, like, things like this. You just gathering data essentially. And the nice thing is, it's like a linear story. So and then you can just copy paste screenshots and continue commenting or adding more data about what it is that's going on while the trade is playing out. So like at this point, wants to close the position because my entry point has been invalidated. Also don't want to close the trade because it would mean I'm wrong. Also, that leaves me with one more trade, okay, execution. For the day, and I would feel pressured to get it right. Or you could just be taking like screenshots for the most part and just not worry about. I actually should have zoomed out a little bit because now you can see a little bit better. Okay, so let's go look at back to looking at the charts, because leave this alone for now. And get back to Hero Wars. Okay, I could pause Heroes for now. Do you want to take another screenshot? I don't know. You might. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. But what I do see is price forming a gap here, which means, or which could indicate that momentum has shifted to a, how do you call this? To bearish, because yeah, again, this doesn't, it's not kosher. It's not kosher entry. Yeah, this is what happens when I get bored, man. You gotta find ways to entertain yourself, otherwise they feed you entertainment, which may not be so good for you. Okay. Potential areas for re-entry, because I'm still feeling quite bullish on this. What's this here? This is showing me what the 30-minute chart looks like. It's this indicator over here. ICT HTF candles by body. I turn it off, it's gone. I turn it on, it's there. So that helps me to keep track of what's going on with the 30-minute chart. As you can see, we've essentially engulfed this candle. After the consolidation here, we took it down to take it up, and now it looks like we're taking it down again. Very possible. So when does this candle end? This kind of candle ends at, it started at 3, so this is a new candle that started here and has traded down into this fair value gap. Let's give it until 3:30 when a new candle forms. Also want to see where this current candle closes, because that will give me a better indication of if this current fair value gap is going to hold or not. It could just be that price is sweeping liquidity here. Okay, I don't think it's just sweeping liquidity. It looks like we're running through. Oh, man. So then you would expect this to be an order block. Depending on your broker, that movement very well could have stopped you out by now. So don't blame me and be like, oh my gosh, why is he still in the position when my position got stopped out? Talk to your broker, talk to your prop firm provider. They'll let you know why you got stopped out and mine is still running. So we would have, this is not order block I consider, because yeah, see there we got stopped out. So what you do in this situation is you take a screenshot. You take a screenshot. That's what you do in a situation like this. Okay. And then what would you do is you go to your journal. I'll show you what you do in your journal. You would can't do that. Okay. See. Okay. So now that the trade's finished, you put it in there. You come back up to your journal here. Click exit. Stop loss. Balance -1. Let's just put it that way. And for argument's sake, let's say a lot size 0.01. Can I change this? Oh, turns out I can do that. Yeah, so -1. And then now you actually have a full, like, you can replay the moment as much as, because I'm streaming, I can just like rewatch these videos. But for example, you don't have the infrastructure to stream. Then now you can just go through this and you will see exactly what happened in your decision making, what you tried, what didn't work, what did work, and then from there you can start being able, you're now able to start making better decisions. So what would I do differently? Collapse trade once the fair value FEG CE has been closed, has been invalidated to reduce overall risk on the markets. Just like I said, I took a loss. Also happy I followed and stuck to my plan. Right? Would you take this trade again? Yeah. How do I feel about preparation? Was decent. What should I say? Good. No emotions involved. Start to the process. Management. Feel like I could have saved more capital. Results. How do I feel about the results? Like, you could write whatever you want. It's your journal, man. Like, it's, you know, it's just you tracking everything that you're supposed to be doing when you're trading. So I come back here, and now you have data of options. Some, see, you can even I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna change this. Like, you should be able to understand. And over time, once you start taking more trades, then it's kind of more visually possible to know, like, okay, what setup types are failing, what setup types are working, what pairs are working during what sessions, when are they not working during the session. I might want to put this all the way at the end, but it's supposed to think. This is the wrong one. I'm showing you how you would. Yeah, there we go. So this will fill automatically. See, if I was to make trade number 2, you see it fills it up automatically, and you can't change it. So that is giving you accountability for trades that you're taking. So then you would start the process again, right? Trade number 2, all these things, everything that you need is in this template, which I'm going to update. Don't worry about it. But that's just how I would use Notion to track my trades and look and gain data about myself for the opportunities, to find out about my decision making process and what opportunities I would take in the market. So in a situation like this, you want to first go back up to the daily 30-minute chart to see what's going on. Like, okay, I expected us to this order block to hold, it didn't. What happened? So this is what happens after a loss. You're not supposed to jump back in the market immediately unless, I guess, you have a plan for it or your strategy allows for it. But what you'd say is, okay, I expected us to go higher because this was a pullback. Turns out this is a lower high and probably an SMT with a pair that I am not watching right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for the current 30-minute candle to close. This is not confirmed, so technically I shouldn't have this marked as an order block, and also it isn't an order block I would normally take, so let me just remove that, push this back to here because it's now invalid. And what I do expect to see on the 30-minute chart now is the next candle push back up into here, and then we'll go down here, and then something like this, take out this daily buy side liquidity by the end of the day. That's what I expect to see right now. Otherwise, this is also sell side liquidity, and this is still forming. If I was just to be impulsive or like wanting to take a trade for the sake of being in a trade, because that's what's gonna make me feel like a trader, then I now have two options from this point. I could take a short either here at this first fair value gap, or I could be a bit more conservative and take it at this higher fair value gap. Well, because you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to make money, you probably want to get in there, and you'd probably have to exit there. So now take another screenshot. You know the drill, right? Take a screenshot, put it into your Notion, figure out why is it that, like address, note down, whatever the word is, why you want to take this trade. Like right now, essentially it's revenge trading because there's no setup that's formed. There's no valid structure point, like entry point that aligns both the 30-minute and the 5-minute with current price movements. So it would be a revenge trade, and you'd note that down. If you're still going to take it, if you decide not to take it eventually. But over time, what's going to happen is you're going to have lots more data on how is it that you engage with the markets. How is it that you interpret the tools that are used to find trade opportunities, what opportunities are easiest to spot and participate in, which at what point in time would you not want to be in the markets. This is called this breaker structure. And then you just let it compound over time, because like I said, bro, the chances of you becoming a millionaire or making $1 million in one trade are not very high. Like in a day, it's not very high, unless you have the structure to support it, infrastructure, the account size and risk tolerance to support that. Just take your time, learn what it is that you're supposed to do, what it is that you're not supposed to do, and then just repeat it and compound over time. Eventually you'll find yourself where it is that you want to be. And I am tired of talking right now, so I'm just going to turn off my mic. How long have I been here? 54 minutes. Do I want to continue streaming? Not really. Kind of tired. I feel like I've said all that needs to be said for today. And then, yeah, we'll just pick up where I left off tomorrow. Should probably go and fix the rest of that Notion page for all you paying customers out there. Yeah. So like and subscribe if you found this valuable. Well, like if you found this valuable. Comment if there's anything you'd like me to touch upon or address in my next stream, topics you want me to talk about. Subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, of these streams. And yeah, that's me done for